Hi folks, this video is my review of Spelljammer for D&D 5th edition. There has been a lot of excitement for Spelljammer ever since it was announced in April, and while I think that the release falls short in some ways, I also think it's a vibrant and ambitious setting that achieves a lot of what Wizards of the Coast set out to do. But does that mean that I think it's worth you buying? Well, let's take a look. First, the broad strokes of what the new Spelljammer has to offer. Wizards released the setting in 3 books, which I really like. The Setting Guide, Bestiary, and Adventure for level 5 characters. Along with the DM screen, it's a pretty impressive package and takes up a good amount of space on a shelf. The books are a total of 194 pages, but that's 62 pages fewer than the Ravnica book and 128 fewer than Eberron. Spelljammer is going to run you $70 in most places. In comparison, Eberron costs $50, so off the top, you're looking at spending more money and potentially getting less. So what isn't in the Spelljammer collection? I want to take the time to give a special thanks to our patron, Alicia. All of our patrons help make this channel possible. And if you like what we do here and you want to continue to see us to grow, then head over to patreon.com/rollforinitiative and look at the perks of being a patron. You're not getting any new classes in this book. Sorry. Also, there's no section with a bunch of equipment, spells, feats, or magic items. There are a few items, not a lot, and spells listed in the adventure guide, but they're sort of just scattered through the book. The biggest thing that seems to be missing in this new setting about traveling through space is rules for traveling through space. According to the Astral Adventure Guide, all ships traveling in space with no other objects around them can travel 100 million miles in 24 hours. That's all ships, no matter their size or crew or weight. Ships do have different fly speeds, so in close combat there is a different speed and maneuverability. And the only other mention of space travel rules is that the DM decides how far away the destination is and how perilous the trek through the astral sea. That's the astral sea speed, and that's determined by a pilot's intelligence score. And that's it. There's no other guidance or rules set to follow for traveling through wild space or the astral sea. I think that it's understandable why some people are upset by that lack of rules presented, but I think that that vagueness is on purpose. Having vague blanket rules accomplishes a couple of things. Look, Spelljammer isn't science fiction. It's a setting full of clockwork gnomes and comets with faces and magical Spanish galleons and hamsters the size of bears. Things work by magic here, and by avoiding a lot of rules based on science fiction, Wizards is avoiding having any of those rules overanalyzed and then rules lawyered to death. Keeping things simple allows for travel to work however it needs to, and for parties to travel at the speed of plot and story, rather than some variable percentage of the speed of light. Honestly, I think it works really well. And what else does Spelljammer do well? It creates a vast, colorful, and detailed expansion for the world of Dungeons & Dragons. The art in the book is gorgeous, and it goes a long way to make you think that there's more to the books than there really is. 2 new backgrounds, 6 new races, and 16 Spelljammer ships flesh out the rest of the book, plus the Rock of the Brawl setting. Boo's Menagerie is 64 pages full of new monsters and creatures to encounter, and it really fills out the world of wild space and the astral sea for these adventures. Again, the art is amazing, and it sets the inhabitants of Spelljammer apart from other settings that have been released. The Light of Xerxes is an adventure for level 5 characters. It's a joy to read, and it has a lot to offer players and DMs both. It's set up to be played over 12 3-hour sessions, so you're getting 3 months of play for a group that meets once a week. I really, really love this collection. I think that the 3-book format is really useful. The art is amazing. The new races are unique and well developed. And the setting expands D&D into the final frontier. However, the lack of spells, class items, and feats really feels like an oversight. With a $70 price tag, I wouldn't blame anyone for waiting for a sale before they pick it up. Have you picked up Spelljammer? What do you think? What do you like? What do you think needs a little bit more work? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Starting on August 26th, you can join me every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern as I run my very own Spelljammer campaign. You can catch the adventure over at twitch.tv/deadaussiegamer and the VOD a week later here on our channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Ryan, and this is Roll for Initiative. Bye-bye. Um, okay. I mean, that really makes filming a lot faster. This thing is pretty cool.